There you go, stream.
Have we started?
Yeah, I just started to stream it, yeah.
Sweet. So, hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club Pitstop. I think this is our first one of 2022, isn't it? We did the awards before Christmas, didn't we?
Yeah, it is our first one of the year, yeah.
First one of the year. Your only need place to stop during the week for all your information about Virtual Racers Club and any other racing. How are you doing, Skyjacker?
All good, man. How are you?
All right. I love a big cheesy intro. I love it on the podcast, people, when they really big it up and then it just sort of stops.
Yeah, it falls flat.
I'm really good. Good to be back in the pit stop with yourself.
And yeah, always a pleasure.
We've had a week of racing under our belts already, and it started with a bang, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I'm glad we picked Blue Moon Speedway for the first round of the year. Kicked it off in style. So yeah,
it did. It was cracking. So that was the Vision Gran Turismo Championship, the VGT, in the Citroen Group of 4s. Man, they do look nice cars. They really do. Flat as hell.
Yeah, sleek, aren't they? Really sleek.
Proper, yeah. So we had 2 races there at Blue Moon Bay Speedway, like you said, and that was Thursday evening, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
The first racing of the year. First oil drawn for 2022. And in the sprint race, 18 laps around the Speedway, we had Digital Blasphemy took the win. Ahead of yourself, Skyjacker, and Sharon in third. And it's worth a note that Skyjacker and Digital, they were side by side crossing the line, and the clock counted as 0.022 seconds between the two of them.
Yeah.
Man, was it tough? Did you get to the end of the race and expected it because he was behind you before the final straight, or did you think you had a chance?
Oh, I thought I had a chance, but yeah, obviously as we were going down the straight and his nose was edging more and more in front, it was like, yeah, okay, second place it is.
Yeah, well, come near the end, I saw you two quite swapping sort of like intermittently between laps, and I was thinking, oh, they're trying to set themselves up for the end here. They're trying to work out where their best place is to be behind.
Yeah, that was the gist of it. Yeah, that was the gist of it. Obviously, he I think it was lap 10, he dropped behind me, and then 4 laps later I dropped behind him, and then lap 16 he dropped behind me, and yeah, I mean we had a nice gap to be able to jostle and try and play it tactically. But yeah, it was right. It was a blinding race. It was nice to actually to have an oval race and really working with somebody in a league race, not just or not a Route X, shall we say? Because normally you tend to scrape a wall and then that's it. You're lost for the rest of the race then. But it was nice.
Yeah, I think I called it in the commentary that you and Digital must have been bump drafting because you pulled away from 3rd, 4th, and 5th quite easily. I think they were more racing, scrapping, and you two were kind of bump drafting each other along. Where you had, I think it was Homesick,
Sharon and Alpha, for example.
Yeah, they were all having like a bit of a dogfight where you two were just sort of, because you didn't change positions for ages, you just sort of sat
behind him,
bumper to on it. Yeah. For a few laps. So,
but as Digi said in the VGTS chat, is that you have to work together on overalls. There's no other way.
You need to find your toe buddy straight away.
Yeah, or at least a small group of you at least that are going to work together. It's just unfortunately oval races is a little bit alien to us, isn't it? Really, here we don't do very much of it. I'd like to see more. Personally, I can't wait for Daytona, and hopefully they add another couple more ovals in GT7, but I doubt it. But the proper test track as well, instead of Route X, the test track would be nice. But we'll see.
Yeah. So then we went on to a feature race, which was 38 laps. Now I've got to say, in the sprint, when I was doing the stream, I didn't really take any notice of some people were killing their tyres. I noticed in the sprint. I think Catula was having a real tyre issue, and maybe Electric.
Yeah, they were just they were trying to take the last corner too fast.
So going into the feature race, it was like unknown ground. Now, did you have an idea of strategy before you going in, or was it just we'll see how this goes?
No,
you went medium straight away.
Yeah, my thinking was that if I could either stick with Alpha, Homesick, or Digi, it was going to be a one stop. I'd even started fuel saving, thinking it was going to be a one stop. Before about halfway point when Homesick and Yokas had their little scuffle against the wall, which then which then when after that I come out 8.5 temps behind Bunny and Digi, and I was just a sitting duck from there. Couldn't do anything after that.
You along?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. But that race finished as Digital Blasphemy taking his second win of the round and the evening. And Shiren coming home in second, and Bunny in third. Bunny had a very interesting race. He was he started at the back, and he was absolutely on it all the way through. But the note there is Digital Blasphemy and Shiren managed to go round without stopping, and all through the stream, I kept saying they couldn't do it. It didn't look possible. It really didn't. I mean, they were past the halfway mark on their petrol tanks before the halfway mark in the race. It was looking really tight. I mean, there was a couple of others that tried it and had to come in for a quick splashing dash at the end. So how they did it, Digital and Shiren, I will never know. Got the fuel to go all that way.
Just turning it, leaning it out a little bit, sticking it in mix 2 or 3. I think you can't really. Obviously, you do some lifting and coasting, but you can't really do any any short shifting because you're only going from 5th to 7th gear, aren't you? When we were doing it.
That's what I thought. I thought it must have been difficult to try and fuel save in such a way. I just thought maybe in stream or Digital led quite a lot of that, so it dictated the pace. So very, very cool race. There was mixed battles up and down the field. It was hard to keep track of all of the battles. It was like because obviously in the sprint you had you and Skyjacker, you and Digital, at the front. I was trying to keep an eye on, and then there was the little about 4 cars behind you with Alpha, Homesick, Jokers. There was up to about 6 cars in that battle at one point. And
there was.
Jokers led a race, but was that the feature?
That was the sprint.
There in the sprint. I couldn't believe it. It was nice to see him up there. I was like, "Go on, Jokers, get in there."
You know me. I like seeing anybody who's normally a mid or a rear pack runner. If you get what I mean. I like seeing anybody like that up the front.
Yeah, he was mixing it up with the big boys. It was good to see. And he was holding his own as well. He held that lead for a good 2 or 3 laps, I think.
Yeah, it was a good little while.
Yeah. So, if anyone hasn't watched that on the stream, that is one I would recommend because, not just because I'm doing it, it's just because there was some great battling and some great fighting on a good oval.
It was definitely your horse racing commentary at its finest, I think.
Yeah, it was non-stop. Didn't have a break in that one.
No.
So that's off to a great start, and that's heading over to Suzuka.
Yeah.
Next Thursday. That's one that I love Suzuka. It'd be nice to see what those sections are like. They looked. I saw you took them out for a blast in that Group 4 World Series, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was with BOP
race. And it seemed to handle the corners okay. I mean, a car that flat, you think just goes in a straight line and doesn't really turn. So I thought, as soon as you get some real tracks, it might start showing a bit of a wound in that. But I think you and Shiren got it around Alsace, was it? Or something like that?
Saint-Croix. Saint-Croix. But yeah, it's quite a planted car. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it since I decided to put it on the rotation. So yeah, roll on Thursday.
Fantastic. And then we've only had 2 races this week. So I'm adding loads of extra. Usually we whip through these races.
We do normally. Trying to pack it out a bit.
Yeah. So the next race we had was a live Friday night. Saw a lot of firsts for people out there. So, excuse me. It was the WRX Challenge, and there's a couple of faces I've not seen in the WRX Challenge before. That was nice to see. I think Matt Psycho being one of them. Talleyrand being another. So, it was nice seeing them in the mix.
Well, that's why we decided to move it about, and I think we're going to look at doing the same with some other leagues to give some other people chances to enter leagues that they wouldn't have done in the past. If you get me.
No, it makes sense. It does. It definitely makes sense. Then everyone can have a go because it's it is different evenings people can race on.
Yeah.
So the WRC 60 minutes around the Nürburgring, and usually when I see 60 minutes Nürburgring and I've got to do a stream, I'm usually a little bit sort of apprehensive about that. I just think, well, what the hell am I going to talk about for 60 minutes then? Because it's the Nürburgring. But I've got to say, that was one of the most 60 minutes race-packed events I think we've ever done. It has got to be. It was just unbelievable from start to finish. It was, granted, Racer Brown got a bit of an edge straight away, but that's because Talleyrand and Anton Poyker, I think they had the pace to take it to Racer Brown. I'll tell you the result before I start going through the race, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott. Racer Brown won, I think, with a 2-stop. And Anton Poyker came second with a 2-stop, and Guesty got third place with a 1-stop.
But didn't Guesty qualify like 9th or 10th or something like that?
Yeah, just didn't seem to be on the pace whatsoever. I was really quite surprised because that's where he started shining in the WRX Challenge, wasn't it? That's where he started rising to the top. So I was like quite surprised in the round one that he was there.
No, I
thought last season he was.
Guesty's not done a WRX before.
Oh, wasn't he not?
No.
I thought he was in it last season. I thought he was. Oh, there you go, another face in it then. Mm. Oh well, he's getting used to the car, I suppose. There's a bit of that. I thought he was already a WRX challenger.
No. Where did Guesty?
Oh, right, there you go.
10th, yeah. P10 Guesty qualified.
Yeah, it wasn't looking inspiring for him. It looked like he was struggling with the handling of the car or something, or the braking.
3 seconds slower than Racer Brown, give or take.
And he nearly got second place. He was nearly cheeky enough for second place. If he had a bit more fuel there, just come the end of the race. I know it's a what if, but wow. It was, but what a striking race. Straight away, straight out of the blocks, we had Talleyrand and Anton Poyker displaying some absolutely beautiful racing between the two of them, fighting over second place. And I think that's what really helped Racer Brown. I don't think it was that Racer Brown was that much quicker on the day. I just think he got lucky with the start that Talleyrand and Anton Poyker got into a tussle with each other and obviously slowed each other down. And then just behind them, you had a pocket of you were involved, and Homesick and Bunny.
And then
Matt Psycho was just behind you, catching all the time and stuff like that. He got himself, I don't know what he did with his pit strategy, but he really put himself straight into there. He kind of jumped you and Homesick at one point, and it was like, how did he do that? Because he was good 3 seconds behind you on track or something.
It was 5 at one point, and then me, Bunny, and Homesick started getting into a tussle. That drew Matt in, and then something to do with the pit stops, and he leapfrogged both. Well, he leapfrogged me.
Come out just behind Homesick, but I think with the fresher tyres, he was managed to go up against Homesick.
Something like that. I've not watched the stream all the way back yet, but.
Man, it's a manic race, and again, it's one I'd recommend. 2 rounds of championships we've had so far this season.
I think the W like Friday, I don't think it had everything. It had wheel to wheel, side by side, but it also had the strategy side of it. So even when the side by side action died off, there was always the unknown with the strategy.
I know with Anton Poyker, it looked like he was poised for a 1-stop, but it seemed like his pace was too quick. Because I think he was in the middle of, should I just the fuel save or should I leg it? And then he had to do that last minute stop and came out behind second and third.
Yeah, and then passed
maybe even fourth. I think he came out behind Homesick Alien. It was just a crazy racing. Bunny had to make a last minute stop because he hadn't used the medium tyres. He came out.
He didn't have to use the medium tyres. That was VGTS where he had to do the last minute stop for the medium tyres.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I'm good. See, that's it. That's how mixed up I get.
It's all right. That's why I'm here. I'm only here to keep you on track.
But it was just a crazy race.
Yeah, they were both.
Was Bunny even in WRX?
What?
Bunny.
Yes, he was. Yes.
There you go. Yeah, he had the 80s car, didn't he?
The looked like a shell tracksuit from Liverpool or something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. But no, it was a great way to kick off the year with 2 great rounds, 3 great races, and obviously next week we kick off with Tuesdays, and yeah, I'll let you go through the rest of it.
We've got the rivals coming up, and I've purposely not much of this. I know the rough outline of it. They're using different kinds of cars, like they've chosen a manufacturer, a Mitsubishi or a Subaru.
No,
and I know there's like are they using the rally car and the Group 4 car?
Yeah, rally car, Group 4 car. But basically, the 2 team captains, which were the 2 best drivers that signed up for it originally, which was Racer Brown and Homesick, they're the 2 team captains. They got to pick which car they were going to go in, and then we've used the stat sheets to build the teams. If you get me.
Yeah, no, it sounds, and they've got their own team. I've noticed they've got their own team chat, because I clicked on one to have a look and it said something about asking to join or something. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to, because I don't want to know what they're saying when I'm doing the commentary. I don't want to know tactics. I like to get surprised. So yeah, I've stayed out of their little private,
the little team
chat and the Subaru chat. Yeah. So. Because I thought maybe better for the stream that I don't know what they're all chatting about. If I start running and say, well, the Mitsubishi boys say that you change gear at this save this much fuel, and they're going to easily do this and stuff like that, because the Subaru boys are still struggling with the fuel or something. I thought,
it's always best to leave it so that you're in as little know as possible.
Yeah, I'm coming to it like the audience is coming to it. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I've seen a few liveries being posted in the livery thing, and it's getting rather exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Definitely something different, and I look forward to seeing how it comes out.
And they're at Brazil. They're at Brazil for a sprint race, 15-minute, and then a feature race, 30 a minute.
Yep.
And I think they've got to use a mandatory tyre in the feature race as well. So.
He's done it a little bit like. How I've done WRX, where different rounds is different race lengths and conditions and stuff as well. So,
yeah,
a little bit of everything.
And then as we're on next week, obviously we've got the Thursday VGT at Suzuka. Looking forward to that, because that started with an absolute bang. And Digital Blasphemy, he must be championship leader, but it's stick a pin in it, because there's a few challenges in there. Bunny, yourself.
He is the leader by 4 points to Shiren, but then me, Shiren, and Homesick are separated by a point. You got Yokas and Uncle B on 20 points apiece as well, and Turtle and Cthulhu on 16 apiece. Barry Twins and Bunny on 14 apiece, but Bunny missed one race because of internet issues. Missed the sprint race.
Yeah. I wondered what happened, because there was no Rido and Bunny in the sprint race. I thought they might have been late or something. Dinner time. McDonald's taking ages to.
That's my excuse on a Friday normally.
Yeah, and then the WRX is Sardinia Windmills for 3 15-minute sprint races on Friday evening, and I think that's going to be crucial, because that championship, there's at least 6-7 names over a 12-week championship that could be in for the WRX Challenge. In my mind, I could name at least about 6 or 7 of you guys out there that could win that championship. So I think going to the mud is going to be, it being in the second race, it's a crucial race. I really think it's going to be a crucial round for Friday night to really see who's in with a shout. Because Homesick Alien always performs well on mud. Talleyrand I've seen on mud before, and he's pretty good. Yourself, you did a lot better last season than you did in the past.
That's because I've stopped using the wheel.
And Anton Poiker is pretty good in the mud. So, yeah, I mean, all these people in with a shout.
The thing is, as well, is you got the wet to consider as well, because there's a lot of wet races this season. You know, I think, like with you, I can see anyone on the table. I can see anybody from 1st to 8th actually still being there at the end for a title fight. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
And that's before someone drops out and Cthulhu throws his hat in.
Well, Cthulhu has only signed up as a reserve because he can only make something like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 races. So he wouldn't be in for a chance anyway because he'd have to miss too many. But he was a second or third person to sign up, but straight away he was like, yeah, stick me down as a reserve because I can only do this. It's like, yeah, okay.
No, that's fair enough then. Oh, so he was never in a position to challenge for it.
No, unfortunately not.
So yeah, brand new champion after this, no matter what.
Well, unless Homesick gets it. Homesick's champion already.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I guess so. Fair enough. But I just meant it's not going to be a double.
A double champion. Yeah, okay. No. Yeah. Fair enough. But, it's going to be a good season. Can't wait.
And we're having a couple of Sundays off because of, well, I say because of, it's just, I'm lazy. I've already sorted something out and it's ready to go.
Right.
But I thought the sign-up was too short for next Sunday. And what with the Team B team coming up, and it seemed like there was a lot of chat in the Discord about when people could practice, and it seemed like that most people could practice on a Sunday evening. So I just thought, I'll leave it blank for a couple of weeks, just so, people can get a little...
The TVT thing is next Saturday.
Oh, is it next Saturday? So next Sunday wouldn't matter. Well, I'll probably put
Sunday Cup or an open race or something like that for next Sunday.
Yeah, I'll just do an open lobby next Sunday then. Yeah, for some reason I thought there was 2 Sundays and then it was following Saturday. Oh, so you've only got this Sunday anyway. Well, there's nothing this Sunday. There's a few of them having a little practice.
But anyway, shall we elaborate a little bit more on the TVT thing then?
We can do. I didn't know because there's not been much put in the Discord. I've noticed. I know it's on the calendar. But there's not really much.
But it's
advertising on that.
Basically, VRC Motorsport are going up against the Amigos racing team in a 7v7 race. Well, pair of races next Saturday. 2 40-minute races. We've each picked a track, and we've each picked a car, and we're going to go racing, or a manufacturer, and we're going to go racing. It'll be only our second TVT event, really. I don't know. Can we count the Aquapex thing from last year? I suppose we can, because that was a lot of different racing groups as well, wasn't it?
The second one we hosted, maybe.
Yeah, well, the third one we entered then, shall we say? Yeah. Because the first one was against LNR. So, but yeah, that'll be streamed. You're streaming it as well on Friday, on Saturday, aren't you?
I believe so, yeah. I think there's 2 of us, so I can't wait to do mine and then go and watch theirs just to see.
See how bad it is.
Apparently they're having someone in streaming as well, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. That's why it was 7v7, so there was space for 2 commentators. But yeah, we have.
Yeah, on the VRC stream, it'll just be the usual VR stream, me doing it.
Yeah.
And I think the Amigos on their YouTube channel will be getting their feed. And I don't know if Dalaran's going to ask to upload theirs and put it on ours just for people to see, or if he just.
Well, I don't know.
Send them in that direction if they want to see the difference between the 2. I feel judged. I feel under pressure for that one.
Why? What? Because you direct comparison with somebody else.
I'm not as good. Yeah. So.
No, mate.
I get all the calls wrong.
If anybody's under pressure, mate, it's their commentator, not yours, not you.
Yeah,
so you'll be fine.
We'll see.
But I mean,
I've had some shockers lately.
Well, what shockers? I don't get that.
I don't know, just silly mistakes in races and stuff like that, and calls and stuff. I called someone else Cthulhu at one point in the.
But they're thingyisms, isn't they, man? They're just like this.
Yeah.
You don't make mistakes. You make prophecies that immediately can't become wrong.
Yeah. It was that bloody oval. They were swapping so much. It was like.
It's impossible to keep track.
Their username, they'd moved a position. It was like, whoa, my head's exploding.
But,
halfway through UBD, I'm like, UBD 7, no, 8, no, 10. It's not even in the pack. I'm like, oh.
So what time is it on? What time is it on Saturday? Is it 8:30 that the stream goes live? Or the race starts?
Is it? I don't know. When's the racing? I don't know any of this stuff.
You don't know anything.
I wait for Racer Brown to just message me, and then I do something. Every now and then he nudges me, and I'm like, oh yeah. He asked me if I was doing it. I thought I'd already told him I'm doing it, and then he said, "Are you doing this thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, not racing though." He goes, "Oh, you can race if you want." I went, "No, I'm just talking."
No, I can't see the. Can't see any info on it. I swear it's at 8:30.
Cool. See, that's what I mean. I wouldn't have found it. If you can't find the info, I would definitely not been able to find the info.
Here you go. I've got it. 2 40-minute races. So
yeah.
No, the info's crap. Yeah, 8:30.
Yeah, because it had been changed, hadn't it? The Group 4 race had been changed to something. Yeah. The info was sent, and then it was
wrong instantly. 2 40 minutes. The first race will have a 10-minute qualifying in the Group 4 cars around Interlagos, and then the first 40-minute race again around Interlagos, and then the second race is around Yamagiwa for 40 minutes again. So that's all the information I've got. I ain't got any other information than that. So race,
then,
Mr. Alien Brown's managing it, not me.
No, well, that's what I mean. I'll get the odd message off Racer Brown saying that you did it, and I'm like, oh yes. I'm thinking, whoops, I must have been slack on a reply or something. I'm always forgetting. So yeah, hopefully, Pat, you'll be free Saturday on the stream chat to put me right. That's usually good for putting me on the level for the streams.
Well, I'm hoping to watch it live as well.
He races too much. Are you in it?
No, I'm not in it. No, it's Saturday, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but I thought you would have just because it's a special Saturday.
No, it doesn't matter. Saturdays are no. Just no.
Oh, Mrs. Skyjacker, a brilliant present for your husband would be like race tokens. So on special occasions, you can spend a race token.
So allow me to race on a Saturday. only be able to use them on a Saturday. It's not a bad idea. She's not listening.
Race tokens, little booklet of tokens. So just in the emergency moments, you can just slap a race token down. Like when you say, "Oh, Mandy's getting married," you can just quickly get a race token out, put it down.
To be fair though, it's quite nice because obviously we've got Binko and Shadow Rider out representing us as well in the group, as well as like Racer Brown, Talleyrand, Koi Carp.
Are you going to say the name? Are you going to say the other one? I know there's someone. Is he in it or is he not in it?
Oh, DB.
Yeah.
Well, Digital? No, Digi's not in it. He's down if somebody else can't make it.
Right. I thought he had. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I saw half the conversation and wasn't sure if he was definitely in or he was out. And I thought, oof, because we know where he came from.
Well, he come from the Migos, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So then going up against.
But that's how we found out about it. Obviously, we've been fairly, say, quiet, but you know we've very much kept it between the admin group and the team. And obviously, Digi found out that via Amigos what was going on, and was like, "Oh, can I come and race for you lot? I want to see you lot beat Amigos and whatnot." So
it's been awesome. It's been quite fun.
Yeah.
So that's only a week. So we'll be. I imagine Racer Brown will start posting stuff through that to let you know where the stream is going to be up and running.
Well, to be honest, I was waiting. I was waiting to see a poster from the gaffer. Surprised I've not seen one yet. But
no, but yeah.
It's got a week. It's got a week sorted out.
Yeah. I'm waiting to open something, but I just need one more thing.
You need a poster as well, do you?
No, I'm not bothered him for that. No, I put side of car number board.
Oh, okay.
Because I posted it in the wrong place. I put it in general chat and thought, well, that's no surprise now.
Surprise blown.
And then realised, because I thought it was. I'd got myself mixed up. It was the engraved cup thing, and I weren't sure if you sent that in just the admin chat or in general chat.
It was in general
I just replied to it. Yeah. And then while I was in there, I thought, while I'm here, I'll ask Talleyrand for a number board for the golf.
You didn't check what channel you were in first.
And then when I went back to admin chat to check if he'd answered, I thought, it's not there. Has it been deleted? And I went looking for it. I thought, it's in general chat.
Sorry, it's easily done, man. It's not like there's not many channels in there, is it? So... So I have a look around. Obviously, I'm on a fair few Discord servers, but there's not many with as many channels as what we've got.
No, I know. Well, because I'm admin, I guess it's not the same for everyone else. But because I'm one of the admins, look at me boasting, flexing out here. Yeah, you underlings out there listening. We get everything that's in the menu at the side. And now we've got the lightning. Now we've got this game where I try and get to the top before the lightning comes across. I like race the lightning through all the menus to the top. That's my little entertainment when I first open it. And I think, right, I'll wait.
But when you're on your phone, that lightning just cycles over and over and over and over, doesn't it?
I know, but you can tell where it starts. You can sort of like
starts with a black screen.
Millisecond. Yeah, so I'll wait for it to start and then I'll race it to the top, see if I can beat before the lightning comes. It's very close. It's very close. I've done it once or twice, but
so when I'm on my laptop, I've got to hold the cursor over it on my laptop.
Oh, right, yeah. No, most of my Discord's on phone or on iPad, so yeah, I get to play the Race the Lightning game. I didn't know. I was going to put it in general chat once, and then I thought, I bet most of those only see like about 2 or 3 rooms or something. It's not like a big long menu like it is for us.
No, most it's more only the like the admin area, the stewarding area, the VRC motorsport, and then the individual league chats that people can't see. Most of the server is open for everyone to see.
Absolutely, they see all the rooms, all the races as well. Then I wasn't sure if they were just tagged in them and that. So they're just general. All right, yeah. No, well, there's a game for you to play if you fancy it.
Chase the VRC Lightning.
You might have to open all the race rooms first because you can do that little arrow next to them on your phone. Open all the race rooms and race the Lightning.
Open all of them. Open all groups.
It's fun. You have to be quick.
Go on, who's going? Go now. Go on, flash your hand if you're the winner. If you beat the Lightning.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, that's just the new, because it's new and fancy, and it's like, yeah, I've been sitting there on nights in my tea break whenever I go on Discord, because nothing's happening at like 2 in the morning and stuff. I sometimes think about bothering Binko, because I know he's still around at 2 in the morning, but I don't. So I usually just open Discord because it's my break, and then I just race the Lightning a couple of times and then come out of it again.
Simple things, huh?
Yeah, that's it. I ain't got any games on my mobile. I get sick of them, and usually you get them to a point, and then they want you to start spending money.
Yeah, they're pay to play sort of thing, or pay to win.
Yeah. I learned my lesson with Candy Crush. I got hooked on that, and then got so frustrated, and then hated my phone. So
I'm playing one. What am I playing at the minute? I'm playing. I think it's called Robot Wars or something like that.
Yeah.
War Robots. That's quite good.
Oh, right.
It is a pay to win one, but I've held off so far.
Yeah,
it's quite good. Quite addictive. But...
Sweet. Yeah, I avoid them. So my fun is racing the Lightning on Discord.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a lot cheaper, a lot easier. Just open up Discord and race the Lightning. So.
We'll have to see if we can do a GIF where you can press a button or something and see if you can beat something in one of the channels.
Oh, well, one of them GIFs that like you've got to line it up into like the circle or the square or whatever it is. Like, line up the image into the shape.
Something like that. Just to keep me entertained on nights. So we.
Go on. Yeah. That was right. Carry on.
So we've done Rivals.
Yeah.
I think there's much more.
We've done VGTS. We've done WRX. We've done the ART thing. So we're all square on racing side of things.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy to have a chat about this PlayStation thing. You know, the poll that went up today.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's quite even, isn't it?
I've not really looked since I put it up, to be honest with you. So look. Well, it's quite even, yeah.
There is an element that they're going to stick to GT Sport. It's just because I was thinking of moving forward with the Sunday evening championships. And I've got an idea for a little Group 4 one, like single series. To tell you the truth, well, the next one, I mean, it's not open yet, but it's going to be open soon. It's going to be the Golf Mark 1 GTI for 8 weeks on short tracks with tuning, so it should be fun. We've had a run around, and they are fun to drive. They're really good fun to drive. So that's the next Sunday one. But then that goes 2 weeks after GT7's release. And I mean, I'm worried that the last 2 rounds, you know what it's like when there's a new game out. Everyone wants to play the new game, so it could be a risk on the last 2 rounds of that everyone's off playing GT7.
Yeah, but I've done the same with PRC. That runs quite a bit after GT7 gets released.
Just the championship after that. I was going to roll straight into one, but it's just the question is, do I do it on GT Sport for people who aren't updating the game and stuff like that, or do I go straight to GT7? Because obviously everyone, even when Assetto Corsa was released, it was like,
loads of people darted off.
Yeah, they love a new racing game, don't they? It's not. It's for some it's about the community, and it doesn't matter what we race on, and some it's about flashy graphics. No, it's not.
Right, for some people, it is about the game. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, looking at the calendar now, we do still have a lot on between Gran Turismo 7's release and a confirmed GT7 league, which the first GT7 league is confirmed for April the 15th, which is season 5 of the MTCC. So the rest of it between now and then, we've got. I'm not sure if there's a 2.5 race in the beginning of April, but I'm not sure if that's going to be Sport or 7. But you've got the VW Cup, which you just mentioned. We've got a couple of rounds of the of WRXC. We've got some PRC rounds, and we've got some rival rounds as well afterwards. So there's still going to be we've got the Ferrari Sprint Trophy as well, which runs until May. So there's still plenty going on sport. Obviously, we'll just have to. I in all admittance, I'm thinking of the stream because I want to get GT7 and PS5 tagged in it, because obviously for searchers and that, there'll be a big hit on GT7 day of release, things like that. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, we need to get some racing on it pretty early doors, just to jump on the tags for YouTube.
Yeah, but the day of release is WRXC round 9. Yeah. So unless you did a one-off on us on the Saturday or so, I'll just tag GT7 in it anyways. Okay, who's gonna know? Who's gonna know?
You're gonna say, it looks like GT Sport.
Yeah.
Well, unchanged much, is it?
But no, we'll see. I mean, I'm all for gauging it. Seeing what the hunger is out there for GT7 or GT Sport, and we'll go from there. I mean, it's quite nice to have a semi idea of the way the land's going to lie.
I mean, obviously the group was pretty established when I joined, and it was already PS4, so I've never seen these swap overs from games, because I mean, obviously, I still see on Facebook a lot of people still play like GT6, don't they, online or something. I think they just closed the servers to one of the GTs. I don't know.
GT5,
PS3 one. Yeah.
But
I know people stick to the old game for quite a while, don't they, in their little groups and stuff.
But I mean, even when I joined VRC, it was GT Sport, so I have no idea what to expect either.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It's a strange times out there.
Yeah.
It's all depending on what you lot do that are listening.
Exactly that. That's what it is. Yeah, depends on what you guys want to do. Really.
And how stable the servers are to begin with. Because it's like another fear that I brought up with you about.
Yeah.
I know they're saying it's going to be crossplay between PS4 and PS5, but will that be pretty stable? First of all, that's usually the buggiest bit, is when it's trying to cross consoles.
Well, just lobbies in general, isn't it? They're buggy as fuck. Sorry, shouldn't have sworn, but they're really buggy, and they've been increasingly buggy as well. But the extra, hopefully for the GTS leagues after GT7 comes out, hopefully the majority of people bugger off to play GT7 and leave the GT Sport servers open for us to finish off our leagues, and hopefully they'll reduce in bugginess, and hopefully people will be fed up or come off. The fad's gone for GT7 when we start kicking off on it full time. So hopefully, but we'll see.
And then they'll probably put it as a free game at the end of the month.
Beginning of April. GT7 or GT Sport free on PSN for PS5 only. What they did with Wreckfest.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that close to GT7, though, would they? They'd let GT7 get sold first and then put it as a free game.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, it's all very strange, and I mean, it's not like a conversation we've really had as an admin team yet, is it? It's getting closer. It was only because I was thinking about setting up the next league, and I was like thinking, oh, but GT7's out, and I'm thinking, would people prefer GT7? Would they just prefer to stick to GT Sport for another championship to see how GT7 handles? I mean, it's definitely a Group 4 I'm fancying. A single series on the Group 4s. They always seem to kick up some lovely racing.
Right, because you can battle with them. Decent grip, low aero. You can catch somebody up and battle with them really hard.
And because I've done most of the VW cars, I want to hit the Sirocco.
Okay.
Be a one-off.
Fair enough.
As well, and then that's it.
So you've done with VWs then?
Yeah, not even like I'm massive into VW. I was just for some reason them cars kept striking out. I like the Beetle. I liked the Mark 1. So
yeah, but everything
a bit of a Volkswagen slot.
Yeah, but everything you've come up with so far has been pretty much gold, mate. So long way to continue. I'm sure you'll come up with something else.
They all are. I think it's down to those guys that are taking part. It really must do, because you can't get gold every time. There's usually mistakes made.
Well, no, but it's obviously
they turn it into a race. Even like Beetles, that might have been a mistake with the fuel. That was really trying to close the fast guys down, trying to slow them down to bring them to the people further back. Because I noticed when I do the streaming that the people at the back of the pack have saved more fuel because they're obviously not pushing as hard as the people at the front possibly. And I thought, well, if there was a real restriction on the fuel you could use, that might bring the front people closer to the back people. But I think consistency has a big deal to it, and the fast people just find a way to drive around some of these restrictions that we put there.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had it before where the settings have been completely and utterly wrong, and obviously people tend to either walk out or leagues stop halfway through when the settings are really wrong. Obviously, none of us lot have been like that, but previous admins have done that before in the past. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. It is down to the drivers. It's down to their commitment and they're taking part. But obviously, it's also down to us as the guys who invent the leagues to actually come up with the correct settings and the correct way of thinking with the idea and stuff like that. And personally, the VW round 1, I was sitting there going, ooh, this could be a little bit of a tedious championship. But then every race after that, it was absolutely stellar. It was blinding stuff.
No, but that's what I mean. I was like you, and the feedback was it's a bit dull to drive, and it's just like because of the fuel saving, and I was just like, oh no, what's happened? And then it's bang into the second race, and it was captivating. It was they were at it, and every round after that just seemed like a weird first round. It must have been everyone was a bit cagey at the beginning.
Yeah, it's learning it. Like you were saying about, I think it was Barry last night in the Subarus. It's the first round or two is getting used to it. It's working out what's best to do.
That is a beastly car. I said that's a steep one to jump into.
I'm not
trying to put him off, but it's a car that's got quirks. There is an element of learning that car, especially on tarmac. I used to slide it so bad. I was expecting a lot more tyre wear from last night.
Tyre wear.
I was slide that car on the tarmac and it ripped the tyres apart, but everyone's car control must have been pretty good on Friday night because the tyre wear was pretty controlled. Whereas I remember when I used to drive them, I'd rip them to pieces. I couldn't help myself. I'd want to slide the car around, and it wants to slide.
It wants to slide, yeah. But the thing with this season is every other season before the fuel and tyre has flip flopped 1 point more than the other. This season, the first time that they're both equal. So I thought I'd give it a go and see what it's like. But yeah, you're right. It's a funny car to drive. I mean, I've done this is now my 4th season in the car, as well as all the test events before we run season 1. And last night I felt like I had no feel for the car whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know, because you were there. You were battling, you were in that battle.
Yeah, but
and then I don't know, after the pit stops, I didn't know if you just heavy fueled or
I think I put too much fuel in. compared to what the other guys come out in. I think that's what killed me there. But even in the just driving it, I just felt like I had no feel for the braking point, no feel for the handling of it whatsoever. And next to Homesick, probably one of the most experienced people in that car. So yeah, it kills us all.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm sure you round one last season, was that not the same?
No, round one last season was me and Diego fighting tooth and nail for 3/4 of the race, 2/3 of the race, with Alpha Nut catching us, and eventually passing me, and then I passed him back towards the end of the race. But I felt perfectly at ease with it last season. Most at ease I've been with it since. But on Friday, just felt nothing for it at all.
Oh dear, hopefully. It's because you've got your mud feet now. You're somewhere in between.
Yeah, we'll see.
Next week you're going to be top 3 in each 3 races.
Doubtful, highly doubtful.
Yeah.
No, are you...
Brown openly admits he's not the man for the muds. And I'm interested in Matt Psycho. He's always played down his muddiness, but I know he has been racing in the muds.
He took part in our Rallycross event the other week. He did quite well in that.
Oh, did he? See, I've still not got around to doing that.
Well, don't worry about it, man. There's only a bit of fun.
That's the one we've got to spin.
There's only a bit of fun.
Yeah, the e-trons turned out quite interesting. I thought there was always something interesting in each race.
I think I'm going to add, Pat, I'm going to add the e-trons to the VGTS rotor if they're in GT7, which I imagine they will be.
Yeah, well, it was an interesting race. It was very bizarre seeing them driving around with just like the D.
Yeah.
And it's like with me, I see the gears, they take the corners, but obviously there was none of that. So that'd be tricky for me to drive because I know corners by gears, not just sort
speed.
Braking and speed, I suppose.
Turn 1 at Yamagi was the only one I know off the top of my head by speed, which is 110 miles an hour. in a Group 3 car. But I mean, I want to look at them properly. I want to look at what happens with the battery if you can actually deplete the battery and all that sort of stuff first before confirming it. But yeah, that's an idea I've got for the future.
So yeah, they look very nice, pretty cars. Very nice.
They look like they were fun to drive.
The sound wasn't terrible. I thought the sound was going to be awful. I mean, I know I joked. I'm surprised I never had no feedback on that one. That one I thought was really. I don't know if you heard it or not. Might have got away with it, but I put them alongside a marital aid. So they've got less grunt than a marital aid somewhere in the string. So.
Fair enough.
I thought someone's going to turn around and say, "That was close, man." I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
Because I tend to watch the streams back in bits and pieces. Normally whilst I'm doing other things, so I might miss bits here and there. So you're right.
Yeah, no, it was Barry. It was Barry's fault because he said something about it. He started a stream, and the first line was something about his girlfriend, and I thought, "Oh, what's the next line going to be?" I've already started reading this out, and it wasn't. It was about a blender, and I said, "Oh God, I thought it was going to be like something like a marital aid." And I said, "But they do have less grunt. I have heard them. More grunt than that." So. Yeah. Well, he said a hairdryer maybe, but yeah, the sound was really strange and stuff. But it was a fun race to cover. It was Bunny was on it. He really was. He took to it really well. He won the first 2 races, I believe.
Okay.
And I mean, won them off his own back and that. No sort of hand-me-downs. And then Homesick battled like a trooper for his win in the 3rd race, I think it is. And then Sharon grabbed himself the final race, and they were all quite interesting races. So, yeah, I was impressed.
Sorry, I just replied to
a nice little championship.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. If I can work out the battery one like that, add them to VGTS list, and that might see what we get out of it. See if it works. We'll go from there.
Sweet. Are you joining?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna help out with the practice tonight.
Is it open for any of these guys out there if they want to into the room and that?
Pass, I imagine so. No, pass, mate. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know who's planning to host it or anything like that. So I just know that I'm gonna jump on and get the headset out and maybe help. help Coy Shadow Rider if he's about, and some of the others. Obviously, after doing GTMC with the Nissan, I think puts me in a decent place to try and help these guys find a little bit more pace. Well, so these guys, other than Talleyrand and Racer Brown, they don't need any of my help.
Sorry.
Cool.
Well, I was talking about Team B Team. The 24-hour thing's starting to heat up for February. You know, the AXR, we did the 12-hour one.
Yeah. I saw that earlier.
I don't know what the general feedback, because I possibly thought maybe even if we didn't field a team within the admin and moderators, if it was worth just saying to anyone.
So somebody who's already offered to come and change colours to race for us if we need drivers. But we'll wait and see. I mean, we need 4 drivers, don't we?
Yeah, it is a Group C.
Group C at Fuji.
One car. Yeah. At Fuji, so it's fully tuned. So it's 4 hours of driving?
Is it 4 hours a piece or 3 hours a piece?
I think with the 24-hour one, I did 2 or 3 stints. I can't remember. But for some reason, I thought it was 4 hours.
Hold on.
4 hours driving.
Hold on. Racer Brown has just put something up. Come on, Discord. Alright, it's in external lead details, is it? God, it's so small, Racer Brown.
Would have been easier if he'd come up and chatted, wouldn't it?
4 hour stints.
Yeah, 4 hour stints. So it's a long stint around Fuji. There's not many corners to keep it interesting. There is. There's that front section that's quite fun, and then that final section that's not fun at all.
Oh, that's horrendous.
Going up the hill.
I don't know if my knee can handle 4 hours.
It's a tough one. It is a tough one watching. I mean, when I did their original 24-hour, it was Nürburgring 24. You could see by the end of like 2.5 hours, going up to 3 hours, it wasn't down to driving anymore. They were definitely flagging.
Yeah.
There was people making mistakes, knocking walls. You could see they were hitting their limit.
But it's not easy.
Pauses down the straight.
Oh, look who showed his face.
No, hello, he's come up. He's muted. Is he muted?
No.
I've got a symbol. No, I think that just means he's special, doesn't it? That symbol in the corner.
Yeah, it just means he's an administration assistant.
Know all about Discord, mate. I read everything that bit that said about a Discord.
Yeah.
Hey, who learned stage? Hey, I'm still claiming that one, just because I read it before you.
What?
About this stage thing.
Yeah, no, you can have that one. You can claim it.
Yeah.
Yeah, stage is your idea. This is all your idea, mate. This has nothing to do with me.
It's just because I think I Skyped off work and was just flitting around Discord and found someone hosting one of these stage things and thought, what's this about? Yeah. And they were just talking about retro computer games. It was all right.
But no, like you said, man, I'm only here to help steer you in the right direction and to fill in the gaps and give you somebody else to bounce ideas off of and stuff like that, man.
Right. And I get free reign as well. Look, I brought up 2 things that probably were, we brought up the Team B team and I wasn't sure we were meant to, and then brought up the AXL things, which I'm not sure I was meant to.
No, nothing's particularly hidden here, is it? No. We don't hide things.
What does Racer Brown want anyway?
Yeah, what do you want, Racer Brown? He just wants to get his Jensen Button helmet up on the top there.
He does, doesn't he? There you go. Showing off.
He's
probably chatting to himself. He's probably part of this conversation. He thinks we're answering it.
Do you reckon he's not got his headset plugged in? Or he can't find his headset?
Probably.
Is he looking for his headset?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello?
Probably just finishing off winning a race somewhere. That Cyber wants to come off.
Yeah, Matt, go on, Matt.
Come on, Matt.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
you alright?
Yeah.
Sundays, cough, HPEC, cough, GT7, cough, Porsche 917s, cough.
They're your favourites, huh?
I don't know, but 917 looks pretty good.
That's what he wants.
we're waiting to see what GT7's got for HPEC or the endurance race for that category. I think, aren't we, Scotty?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're just waiting to see what comes out. See if there's anything else we can add on to the HPEC roster, or a Group C or a Group, a Group P1 or something like that. Come up with something.
What if we get 20-man lobbies?
Well, that as
well.
Run
2 categories.
I was thinking of something with that Mercedes Sauber car. I can't remember what the name of it was, but
isn't there the CLX? I think is coming as well, isn't it? I think from some of the trailers, the Merc. I think is it CLX?
Yeah, the CLX. Something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that could be fun as well.
Yeah, but that's not Group C and it's not LMP either, is it? It's like a prototype class, but not quite LMP.
Anything big and meaty, I don't care otherwise.
You like fast aero, long distance, don't you?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 2 hour with something quick with lots of aero, please.
Well, fair enough. Like I said, like I've always told you, Matt, the HPEC is in the line. It's just waiting to see what else we've got coming along for GT7 that we can do. We can do.
But you know me, I'll just keep saying it.
I know. I've got used to the weekly reminder, the weekly post.
There's an endurance coming in April.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that.
I think I know some information about it as well. I'm not sure.
Nothing's confirmed
it's out
yet.
There.
It's not out.
It's a Suzuka, isn't it?
The rumour is it may be a Suzuka. I'm not sure if it's a definite.
Well, the Suzuka logo is on the events page, so a giveaway.
There's all sorts of logos on the events page. Don't mean they're happening.
and I've heard a rumour Group 1 and Group 4.
Oh wow, that's a split.
I think, I'm not sure.
I can confirm that I've also heard this rumour. Yes. But we don't know if he's going to go for futuristic Group 1s, Group Cs, or LMPs. We don't know that yet. That's all still cooking away in his brain. So, but either way, Group 1, Group 4 will be interesting.
No, that sounds good. You were right about the V-dubs for the way thingy. I was the same as Sky. We were chatting after round 1. I was thinking, this is going to be hard work to get through the whole series. But then once we worked out it's a completely different way of driving, because I just normally redline it and max attack qualifying laps. Then the rest of the series was really good once you worked out you can go fast but still save fuel.
Yeah,
and the Scooby is the same as well. That's completely alien to me. I felt a bit sorry for Homesick because I completely buggered his race up.
I feel sorry for him.
Well, yeah, I was holding him up. Him and Bunny were all over me.
Yeah.
And I was watching the mirror, and I'd see Homesick throw it into the hairpin at the bottom. Because Sky always insists on putting my favourite track on in his leagues. And he going sideways, and I think, he's gone wide. He's given me I can have a bit of breathing space. And then up the hill into the Schumacher S, I look and he's right on my bumper. It's like, how's he doing it? So yeah, it's just going to take a bit of working out that car. It's not natural.
Homesick drives it the way. If you think of his tyres like Cheerios, so when he's sliding it, he's feeding the car with some Cheerios, some energy for it to kick out up the straights with, but. He likes to eat his tyres normally. He did quite well on Friday, surprisingly, for not eating them.
Yeah, he is usually a culprit on the tarmac for giving it too much slide. But yeah, he's done well.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. But I just had a boot full of cars the whole race.
I don't know if you saw the stream, but I lost my pot at 4th place. Right there, right on the line. Oh my gosh.
Well, I could see Talleyrand was starting to, because I was short shifting a bit, and that's why I kind of got the jump on a few people on the first stop, and then the second stop, I think I came into the pits about 2 seconds behind Talleyrand, and then he was about 6 seconds ahead coming out. I was thinking, well, I'm tight, because I only had, if I'd had another lap, I've done a guesty. I had a bit more than he did, but I when we was coming up the hill into the penultimate lap, I looked at the clock. I thought, there's 20 seconds. There's I think 2 minutes 20 to go, and I think I'm closer than 23 seconds or whatever it is doing the 1:57.56. I thought I ain't got enough to make this lap, and then I crossed the line I think with 3 seconds to go. But I thought, well, I'm tight, and Talaran must have underfueled compared to me. So I thought, this could be tight. And then I saw him, I was catching him leaps and bounds, and Bunny was all over me. I thought, oh no, just stay off my tail, we might both get him. I gave myself footache. I mean, I think I left a depression on the carpet with a throttle pedal.
Jesus.
Not the brake pedal, but I've actually got a jump on it.
And literally, I think it was. Well, put it this way, I mean, I was fourth, Talaran was fifth, and Bunny was sixth, and Bunny was tailgating me. It showed how crazy close it was. Oh yeah, it was good.
It was virtually on the line. It's like Talaran must have run out of fuel like feet from the line or something like that, because he just slowed down and that cycle just whipped on by. It was so close. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was it was good.
So it was an intense race, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was white knuckle the whole time. It was just you couldn't relax at all.
Yeah, you and Homesick. I remember sticking with you guys for a while. They were side by side just through the corners with each other, and that it was glorious.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Mud next. How are you feeling?
That says it all.
Yeah, I mean, I do. In my work league, we do a mud race. I cannot get them to drop it because I hate it. So I don't fancy my chances too much. But I did okay in the Rally X. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it's
not natural, put it that way.
It's not natural for that fancy F1 podium wheel you've got, is it? Because that's what I struggle with my wheel. Because I've got an F1 add-on.
I haven't got there yet.
Have you not? I thought you got a podium.
No, I got CSL Elite.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's not that fancy yet. Well, I do fancy the DD. I think when it comes out as a standalone base. I know some people have got that, and it's it looks pretty good.
Good. Well, good luck for Thursday.
Cheers. Right, I'll let you go.
Yeah. Cool, man. Nice speaking to you. Good racing on Friday. It was great watching you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Move towards us. There you go.
So how do you
Friday, we'll be talking about Friday night's racing for weeks. It was awesome. It was a battle everywhere. Everyone has a story to tell out that race at Nürburgring.
Yeah, man.
So
I like hearing them though.
It's brilliant.
Obviously, I waffle on about my story, and we talk about what we've seen in the stream and stuff like that. But I like hearing guys come up and tell the story of their races and stuff like that. So don't ever be shy. Stick your hand up.
Like, with Bunny in that feature race of the VGT, and he's at one point I was wondering if he was waiting for Digital to come in. I thought maybe he thought his best chance of fighting Digi was to pit at the same time as him, because he had to pit for those medium tyres no matter what. His fuel needed it.
Oh, well. VGTS, yeah.
Yeah. In the feature race, Bunny was just there up his jacksie all the way around, lap after lap after lap, and the race was going on, and I was like thinking, well, is Bunny waiting for Digital to come in? Is he just waiting as late as he can in the race as he possibly can? And it was just, oh my word, it was. And I just wonder if they realised that, like, when everyone realised in the race Digital wasn't pitting, because I still didn't know. When I was doing the stream, and I still didn't know that he might come in.
So I won't lie. I did have a very, very, very large idea that he wasn't going to stop.
Really?
Yeah, which is why I didn't want to lose him at the front. I wanted to stay with him because me and him would have been on the same sort of idea, because I was planning to not stop either. Yeah, obviously that's why we started on mediums, and that's why I'll always start on mediums if I can. I'll start on the harder compound.
But yeah, I can't believe we've been treated to a right couple of classic races.
Yeah.
In the first week, 2022 started all right, hasn't it?
Yeah, it started all right.
Everything else all right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah. It was a nice one. I just basically shut myself off from the outside world, stayed indoors for all of it. It was also nice to have a break from the VRC stuff. I mean, yeah, fine, I was online, but I wasn't planning anything or organising anything or doing anything like that. So it was nice, just completely switched off for, a week and a bit. It was nice.
Yeah, no, similar for me. We didn't really see much of anyone, and it was quite a nice, pleasant time. I've purchased myself a game called Daisy, so that's my new addiction at the moment, but it's not going to last long because it's too difficult and I keep dying all the time. So it was overpriced, so I treated myself to something called Daisy, and just surviving the first day is impossible.
My
YouTube videos of people running around shooting each other, and I'm like, shooting each other? I can't even find a bloody apple and a knife.
No, my engineer at work plays that, but on PC. In fact, my eldest plays it as well. It's not my type of game.
It's kind of my fun because I like them Fallout sort of apocalypse sort of style games anyway, survivalish sort of games. So I just like a slower pace. That's why I don't race. You see, I just like a more chilled game, slow paced game where you just got to find some water. And it takes you an hour to find a bit of water, and then it takes you another half hour to find an apple. And
you don't race
because you're running out of water again.
You don't race because you're worried about wiping somebody out.
Yeah, that as well. It's the worst. I take it to work with me the next day. I honestly do. I have a shit day the next day. It's just, it affects my real life. I can't handle it. I just feel like I've ruined someone's evening of racing. It's just like, I've just fucked it up for them.
Yeah, but it's part and parcel of it, man. Anybody throws a real tantrum after having a crash or whatever like that, and it needs to grow up. Having a moan about it is fine, but some people have in the past have gone too extreme.
But I know how it feels. I mean, you get all excited on race day. You get through your job. You got to get through that, and then you get home and keep the missus happy and spend a bit of time with her just before race time, so you get a bit of a break for the race. Yeah. And then you're getting yourself into your rig, and it's all like exciting. You get the car out for the first few laps. I know what a buzz it is, and then in the first race, someone wipes you out because their braking was a little bit late, and it's just like, all that, and now I've got to trail around the back. It's just a gutter, and I've done it, I think, once too often.
Yeah, but we all have at some point. We've all gone through it. I remember I was absolutely atrocious.
I get a bigger buzz. I get a bigger buzz just doing the commentary, though. It's like seeing the race build from beginning to end, trying to guess what everyone's doing. I mean, the last two races have really excited me because the strategies have been like Guesty with his one stop. Man, I know he had to do sort of like a long part of his last lap with no fuel. But the ball's on the man. Like you said, started back in 10th or something.
Yeah, 10th, yeah.
And he just stuck with it. He must have fuel saved like a mother. Cheddar. And he had balls of steel because I would have caved. I would have picked it, I reckon. He just sticks it out there and he got himself. He was looking good for second. Anton Boyka in that last minute dash was unbelievable. It's just you could spend an hour on that race. It really could. It was.
From start to finish. There's so much stuff going on. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. But Guesty's strategy, bold.
Very bold. But Guesty does that, doesn't he? He ain't got a problem with old tyres. He ain't got a problem with fuel saving. And when he does go flat out, he is pretty quick as well. He's good. He's a good all rounder. Guesty. Interesting to see. Like I said, I think. I know I'm adding myself into this list, but as remote as I actually foresee my chances are, anyone from 1st to 8th in WRX stands a chance. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for decent performances in the wet races. Dry and mud, I don't think I stand a chance. But
the late breakers don't do so well on them wet ones, do they?
No, it's more of a softly catchy monkey.
It is, and I know the ones that like to leave it till lastminute.com to put on the brakes don't do well in the wet. So
not in WRX either.
Some interesting races.
No. Yeah, well, the last few seasons have produced some brilliant wet races, some topsy-turvy stuff. Digital Blasphemy?
No, did you? Well,
how you doing, boys?
Not bad yourself.
Not bad. Well done for Tuesday night. We were bigging you up earlier about.
Oh, mate, I've missed it all. I'll have to have a listen back.
Yeah. just, yeah. I couldn't believe you made it last. I couldn't believe in that feature you hung that car out.
Mate,
how close it was between you and Skyjack in the.
It was easier than it looked. It was easier than it looked.
Don't say that. Don't say
Mate,
that.
I keep trying to explain to people, I'm not no kind of alien in any way, shape, or form. If we were to go in sprint races, I'd be fucked. Yeah. Well, you can see from my qualifyings, I don't qualify well. The reason I don't qualify well is because I'm not your Racer Brown. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not your homesick who can pull out that one lap.
I know, but it wasn't even like you were in the tow or anything in the feature race. You were literally led them around, so you should have been burning fuel worse.
I was pretty much in 7th gear the whole race.
Really?
Yeah, knocked it down to 6th or 5th when I was going around turn 1. But it's as I keep trying to explain to people, there's no magical mystery, nothing to what I'm doing. It's just a technique that I was shown a few months back, and I've sort of pushed as far as I could possibly push. And using the graph thing.
The power
using
band.
the graph thing. Like when you're on the straights, it doesn't matter if you rev it out a bit. When you're in the corners, you want to be lower down, in a lower down gear, because you've got the torque to come out of the corner.
You're start calling him Professor Digital.
That's all I do. If you look at the race, anybody that wants to see what I do, all they need to do is watch that last race. All I do is I use the highest gear I possibly can all the time.
Yeah. Did you not change engine mapping at all then?
I don't touch it.
No.
I never touch it.
No.
Unless it's really, really, really dire straights. I've got 0.7 or 0.6 left to do a lap. That's the only time I would actually touch it. Literally, if I've got anything over 0.8, I can make it round without touching it.
No.
And it's all short shifting. The Beetle's fantastic for it because literally you can shift just as it starts getting onto the little rev counter thing that doesn't actually have numbers on it. The one above your gears and stuff. Literally, as the red came onto the thing, I was changing gear.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember there was a big discussion about the torque versus the great gear ratio and that. And
I've sort of I've drilled down into that to see what advantage you can get from revving it out or from not.
Well, what V-Dub's done is given everyone a wider car management aspect.
I mean, definitely. That's one of the things I'm kind of happy about. I mean, I'm not saying that I'll come and change the face of the game because I haven't. You guys have been around for a little while, you know what I mean? But everybody's really conscious that if I'm in the race, I'm going to be going long. I do.
Yeah.
Well, as I said earlier when we were talking about it. As I said earlier when we were talking about it.
And that's all it is. If I can say I'm not as fast as most of the other guys, the top runners, the Racer Browns, and the I can name a lot. You know what I mean? The Talleyrand's in this world, but if you can long out the fuel, then it's all fantastic.
There you go then. See.
But anyway, I just wanted to say Happy Christmas and Happy New Year and all of that sort of stuff. I haven't had a chance to chat to you since, so.
That's our first one since.
Since all that. Yeah.
It's been good.
Nice
against Sky, nice. I've really loved racing against you, mate.
As always, man.
It's been fun.
Always a pleasure.
It's been fun.
Yeah, man. It was good fun on Thursday, working together. It was good fun.
Yeah. I just upset. You know, I know what it was. Joker's had a little bit of a bounce into the wall. You got caught up in it, and you lost the toe.
Yeah, basically, I was I was behind you and Bunny with Yokas, homesick, and me. Yokas moved across the track and caught Homesick Alien's rear quarter. That gave them to a little bit of a wiggle, and then by the time I got past them, I think I was 8.5 tenths behind either you or Bunny, whichever one was behind. And that was it. I was dead then. Yeah, I was dead. Yeah, nothing I could do. But
fun and games still.
Yeah, exactly that, man. It was fun knowing that Bunny had to stop, because I listened to the stream, so I knew that Bunny was on soft, so I knew he was going to have to stop. I knew that me on my own burning fuel wasn't going to catch you or put me in a decent position when Bunny did stop. I knew you weren't going to stop. So yeah, I tried to play a little something clever and drop back to Homesick and stuff like that. But at that point there
I was thinking, if I'd have known Bunny was going to stop, I might have dropped back a bit and made sure, because it was tight. It was tight, the field, but I managed to sit behind Bunny for a little while as well. So
but when I was up there with you at the start, I was actually, I know you don't do it anyway, but I like to here and there. But I was actually in mix 2 or mix 3, and you were pushing me along. So yeah. Obviously I was already thinking of going all the way without stopping, from the very beginning.
Just be in a higher gear, man. I've said it before. If anybody wants to know, I'm happy to do a little.
Yeah, but obviously you say be in a higher gear, and it was only one braking zone. Don't be wrong. I think V Dubs.
I was in 7th the whole way round.
Yeah.
Apart from that one section.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I was.
You get
as
it
well.
up into 7th as soon as you can, and you just stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly the same as what I was doing. But I mean, between V Dub
just a little tiniest lip in turn 3.
Yeah. And then feather the throttle.
And then feather the throttle all the way around, and you can keep it around 140. Well, I was in the 7s, 6s and 7s, 46, 47, something like that, going around that corner.
It was a blast, mate.
I just keep a constant pace. But if anybody wants to really know what I'm doing, I'm happy to do a digicast. I'm not going to say a masterclass, because I'm nowhere near a master.
Oh, maybe one day when you're one evening when you're free, maybe open up a driving school lobby and Digi's fuel saving masterclass.
I can do that. I'm not the driving school don, because I don't know where all the braking points are, and I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I don't know how.
Even like you said, it was just a technique that somebody showed you.
But I can just go through and watch what people are doing and give them the advice that I was given.
Yep.
And then it works for specific driving styles. So your driving style might be completely different to mine, but you will work your own way out how to save the fuel.
Yeah, and I'm getting there. I'm definitely a lot better than what I was before VW, before the Beatles. Definitely am better with fuel saving and time management.
I've seen you. You just revved the nuts out of it. You just revved the nuts out of it.
I'm the opposite end. I'll lift and coast and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's the thing. I do lift and coast a lot. It's a lot of lift and coast. Let me think. Where can I? Interlagos, for example. Yeah. If you lift at 125 meters, you can brake at 50.
Which corner? T1.
The first corner, turn 1.
Okay.
That's a nice bit of speed you could carry in there.
If you and then you get off the gas off the brake on the apex, float through the next bit, and then on the gas right on the apex of the second part of the chicane. It's just a technique. It's just a technique. There's no magicalness to it.
I think there's a few of them driving into Lagos tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Are you joining us?
Over with the SNL boys doing Porsches and thingy, so I better shoot off now. But it's good to speak to you guys, and so we'll try and set that up in a week sometime.
Mate, just set it up whenever you want. Just put it up in the driving school, mate, that you're going to open a room on this day at this time and see who joins you.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Will do.
Nice chatting to you, mate.
All right, mate. Geezers, I'll speak to you later. Thank you. The Porsches, I've got half a chance. The Super Formulas, not so much. All right, guys. I'll catch you later.
Take care, mate.
All right, you too.
Bye, mate.
Oh, yeah, I've got a point. Then we've gone.
So I don't know how to do that.
Oh, SNL must be right. It's not Sunday. It's Sunday. Jeez.
It's Sunday, yeah.
Days are just floating into one. Yeah. Oh, wow. They must be starting their season tonight. Oh, we're to watch on YouTube.
The worth of watching YouTube whilst yawning.
No, that wasn't meant to be. That honestly wasn't meant to be. That wasn't. That wasn't.
Always there with the chaps. Always.
Oh, it wasn't. I was just yawning, and it's bad timing.
It's all right.
Bad timing on bodily functions. No, it's all right.
So I don't take things the wrong way. Anyway, shall we wrap it up? Because I've got to go get a brew before this practice session tonight. Unless somebody else wants to come up and have a chat.
I'm all good at the moment. I'm all talked out.
Yeah, me too.
So. And then now I feel bad about this. No, honestly,
don't worry. I was warning you.
I was just bad timing. And Skyjacker mischievously trying to make me look worse than what I am.
Always up for mischievous activities, me.
Yes. So, yeah. Well, a good week ahead to look forward to of racing. They'll be on the replays as soon as I can for the broadcasting side of it, and good luck to all of you that are taking part in said races, the rivals. I can't wait to see what that's going to be about.
Be fun.
So this is going to finally answer the question of who the greatest car was between Mitsubishi and Subaru.
Subaru hands down, but yeah, we'll find out.
Early call before the season's even started. Are you into the Subaru?
I personally think that the GR4 Subaru has the edge over the Mitsubishi. Personally, in my experience, but we'll wait and see. But
we'll see. Interesting.
All right then.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see that format. I'll see how that's out and see what the cars people have got on offer. Like I said, I've seen a couple of liveries turn up in the livery area.
Yeah, there's been a few. There's quite a few pop up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that. So that'll be Tuesday night, and then VGT and WR Exchange.
Yeah, man.
Right, that's it from us, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm done, mate. Yeah, I'm happy. Hour and a half.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's breaking it easily,
we managed to fill the gap.
Yeah, somehow.
Didn't even get into a Max Verstappen at Lewis Hamilton argument. So.
Well, there hasn't been one, has there?
No.
So.
Yeah. Those rumours he's sulking because the team should have pitted him, but he's heard rumours they were worried about their Constructors' Championship and was willing to sacrifice his World Championship for the Constructors' Championship, and apparently that's why he's sulking.
Is that why he's not been around? Because he's been dead, isn't he? Well, dead. He's been silent, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Not really very much in the news or social media about him other than his knighthood.
And he unfriended Mercedes, apparently, not long after the race.
I like that.
So.
I don't like you anymore, so I'm going to unfriend you on Facebook.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I can't imagine he deals with his own social media. There's got to be some dork that he probably pays $10 an hour to.
Probably that bird that's got to carry his scooter and his hat around and stuff like that. That poor little blonde bird.
I just feel so conscious about that because no other driver has someone. I know they've all got a little person with them. It's usually their personal trainer, isn't it? That's all organises their shit and stuff. Yeah. And I understand they need that because they're concentrating on a race and that. I'd love to be able to, on a race day with the VRC, have a day where I have everything done for me so I can just concentrate on the race that evening. That'd be awesome.
Maybe one day when we pay you millions of pounds per race, huh?
Yeah, but there's no one running out giving anyone hairbands, and that's the joke of it. It's a hairband. It's like, oh my god, he needs a hairband that bad. Put it around your fucking wrist before you go racing. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's a bit eccentric, but I suppose he can afford to be, can't he? So.
Yeah, no. Well, it was all about that support bubble, wasn't it? When she dumped him and his dad popped off down to force India to look after Paul.
Yeah.
And I think he lost his head a bit, and I think she's his support bubble, isn't she? So I understand he needs someone there bigging him up.
Yeah, well,
everyone's got their different ways of doing stuff, haven't they?
Outside of the racetrack, he needs to do normal things. Really. But hey ho. Right.
Anyway, see, we did get into the conversation. So
we did somehow, somehow segued into it.
So that was your pit stop this week. Hopefully, more regular on a Sunday. All depends though on how busy Skyjacker is. I'm never busy, so.
Well, no, it depends on whether or not I've got a free pass or not. But we will try and do them more and more regularly. This sort of time, 5:30 on a Sunday. And until about 7 o'clock to give me enough time to get off and go and woosah before any lobby opening or anything like that. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to keep these more regular. So, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, and thank you everyone who took part and listened. It's been awesome, and we'll see you for